We had a little chihuahua come in, born with her toes, kind of like that. So we were looking for a name, and we came up with Miss Chicken Shoes.
Stop, that's so funny. Hi, I'm Pressley.
And I'm Madison.
I'm an actor, dancer, and singer who is always looking for my next adventure.
And I have a reputation for smashing assumptions and spreading positivity everywhere I go.
We're both living our best lives, but we know firsthand what it feels like to be overwhelmed or confused when it comes to health and wellness conversations.
That's why we're teaming up with Colgate Palm Olive for Serving Smiles, a podcast that cuts through the noise to simplify topics like oral health, skin health, pet, nutrition, and more.
We're swapping stories, chatting with experts, and building you a toolkit for navigating adulthood one small choice at a time.
No shame, no gatekeeping, just real talk, real people, and real smiles.
So stop surviving
and start serving. Welcome back to Serving Smiles. Today, we're talking about pet care. I can already tell that this is Presley's favorite episode.
I do love pets. I have 2 dogs, a cat, and a fish named Pickles.
And I love that for you.
There's so much to talk about, but we're going to start with a game of agree or disagree where we ask each other agree or disagree questions. Are you ready?
I am so ready. Let's dive right in.
Okay, let's do it. Agree or disagree? Looking up pet videos helps when you're sad.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
Agree or disagree? Loving someone means you have to love their pet.
Okay. I want to say disagree. I'm sorry, but I want to say disagree. Agree or disagree? Pets know when you're having a bad day.
Oh, 100%. I agree. They definitely do. Agree or disagree? It's cute to give romantic partners a pet name.
100% agreeable. I had to put that right out there.
Really?
100%. I love being like, hey, baby, honey, sweetheart, sweetie. Like, literally give them everything. It's the cutest thing ever. I do it all the time.
You made it sound really cute.
I know, right?
I feel like some people make it sound a little creepy.
Whatever you want to say, girl. Agree or disagree? Pets not liking someone is a red flag.
I agree. But, like, my dogs, there's been people that they have not liked, and they were right in the end. I should have listened to my dogs.
My God, you're crazy, lady.
Agree or disagree? It's okay to let a dog kiss you on the mouth.
No. Hell not happening. Never. No dog coming up on me and kissing me. Hell no. Agree or disagree? It's normal to talk to pets in a baby voice.
That's like the best way for them to understand it.
God, here we go. What's your voice? Let me hear it.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
And we're back. And it sounds like we have a lot to learn about pets and what they eat.
To do that, we're going to talk to Dr. Marrie and Larry Ortiz from Santa Barbara Humane. Welcome to the pod.
Yeah, welcome. I'm so happy to get to talk with you guys today.
Thanks for having us.
So the first question is, how do you know if you're ready to adopt a pet?
Well, you have to ask yourself a couple questions. Do I have the time? Do I have the energy? And do I have the money? It does cost to go ahead and have food, take them to the vets, vaccinations, keep up with all that, buy them toys. And you have to have the energy yourself. Getting a high energy dog or a puppy, you got to keep up with them. They're like toddlers.
Actually, when you first get a new pet into your home, there's 3 different kind of levels of acclimation. One happens within the first 3 days, and then there's another big change 3 weeks, and then 3 months. So it's just
cool.
varying degrees of how they kind of learn their behavior, and get more comfortable. So it does take a while to really learn each other and your habits.
I love that. I love that too. I feel like I'm learning so much right now.
I know.
I've always had animals all my life, and my grandmother's house was like a mini zoo. She at one point had a Rottweiler, a blind cat, a cat that just kind of roamed around the neighborhood, a cockatoo, a cockatiel, a snake.
Wow,
Yeah, a bearded
a lot of
dragon.
pets.
That's crazy.
I know.
And that was my favorite house to go to. So naturally, I had to have an animal of my own. I've had fish. I had my own aquarium.
I did too when I was younger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Had a couple dogs growing up, and now I only have my June bug at home, a English bulldog. I even had an iguana for about 12 years.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
I love how excited you get. I'm just like staring at them like, oh my God, Prince is like in heaven talking about dogs.
I love animals. All animals. I would say I'm a little biased towards dogs, but I love all animals so much. And I had a friend when I was younger that had a bearded dragon as well, and I thought it was
A bearded dragon?
yes,
Oh, I'm so cool.
like scary. I was scared of it, but it was pretty cool that they like just had that as a pet. I think that's awesome.
They're really mellow animals.
Yeah, it's just like kind of. I think maybe it's the name. When I was like
Yeah,
younger,
that's
that's
a little
pretty
scary.
intimidating.
No fire breathing for those ones.
And what about you?
I have one dog and one cat. We have a yellow Labrador named Willow
Oh wow.
and a white and gray cat named May. She is our favorite. I was fostering her from Santa Barbara Humane, and she was really sick when we had her. And I can't believe that she lived through the disease she had, and we just could not part with her.
No.
And she also loves watching TV. She's really into soccer, and she loves the Olympics.
Well, sports dog.
Yeah, she's
I love
the cat. Yeah, sports cat.
A sports cat.
Yeah,
I love
super
it.
into it. Yeah, so she has her own little chair that she sits and watches.
Wait, that's so cute. My dogs also love watching TV. Whenever like we leave home, like and we have to leave them, I feel so bad. So we put on a show for them when we leave, so they're entertained.
Oh, my June bug's at home right now watching TV.
Stop. I love it. I have 4 pets. I have 2 dogs, Bruno and Luigi. They're French bulldogs, and they're so cute. And then I have a cat. Her name is Shenanigans. I've had her since I was 7 years old, I think. So she's like my baby. And then I have a goldfish. Her name's Pickles, and I got her for Valentine's Day this year.
That's cute.
Yeah, I love them all, and they just bring such comfort into your life, and I could not imagine my life without an animal. I had a dog all growing up. Her name was Pippa, and she was just like the greatest dog to be around ever. And I just literally, pets make your life so much better. So I love all my animals so much.
It's pretty cool, actually. There's been a ton of studies that show that having a pet can reduce your blood pressure and your cortisol. Having a dog like mine, it certainly gets me out and gets me walking all the time.
That's really good having for yourself too. Then you got like exercise and keep moving.
Yeah. They're also really great for children because it can help with their allergies and all sorts of things. So I know it certainly brings me a lot of joy to come home and be greeted by.
No, it's like the best joy ever. I love it.
Oh, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I love it.
I know, same. How do I get my friends' pets to like me?
Patience is key. Anytime they come over to me, they investigate, they're stepping out of their comfort zone, so I'll toss them a tasty treat. I won't try to pet them. I'll just go ahead and let them come out of their shell on their own time. And they also get that positive association where it's, oh, this person has something tasty. I'm going to come out of my shell a little bit more next time. Maybe I'll let you pet me next time.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's all on their terms.
So they have to come everything to you and not you going to them.
Exactly. Yes. We don't want them to feel like they're pushed into a corner and they have to interact if they're a little too nervous for us.
So when if they're not, then they just get more comfortable with that person.
Exactly. Sometimes I won't even pet
learned
them.
so
Yeah.
much from that.
All of my dogs always love Larry.
They know.
We're definitely
true
you
guy.
guys are definitely pet people. I feel like any animal would love
That's the truth. So true.
Why is proper nutrition so important?
Well, I mean, nutrition is everything. It's so important to make sure they're living long, healthy lives. They have good skin, hair coat, all of those things. Something really specific that you can look for to make sure that you're getting the right food is an acronym. AFCO is a label that's going to be on all the food that's appropriate to eat. And I really prefer the ones that say things like that they've done trials. So that means they've actually fed it to dogs for a period of time and seen that it's the proper nutrition for them.
Are there any human foods that are okay for animals to eat, and are there any ones that are super dangerous?
Yeah, for sure. There's tons out there. And if you're ever confused, I think just looking it up on the internet is always super helpful. But raisins and grapes can be really problematic.
Whoa, wow.
for dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes onions and garlic, avocado. It depends on the dogs. Chocolate is really bad for them to eat.
One time I remember I was going with my aunt for like ice cream, I think with their dog. We did like a chocolate ice on the cone, but he's not supposed to have chocolate, right? So by accident, there's like something that went onto the floor a little bit, and he like licked it.
That's so scary.
I know, like he did that. I'm like, okay.
Thankfully, I'm sure that wasn't too much for the dog. The dark chocolate is way worse. But yeah, it is kind of
But
scary.
I had that kind of story, and I just wanted to share that.
And you're like, I didn't want to share my ice cream with this dog.
Yeah, no.
There's lots that they can eat, though. You know, carrots, broccoli, chicken, you know, all sorts of different things. And it's really cool that we can use the different foods to treat different conditions, too. It's incredible. Like, there's special diets for if they have kidney problems or liver problems, if they have joint problems, skin problems. There's a diet for everything. It's pretty cool.
So they're just like humans, basically.
Mine is like my child.
Oh, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I love it.
I know, same. So what about begging? Does that ever work?
It does, unfortunately. It really, starting from the beginning, when you first get your pet, I think it's a nuisance behavior personally. If you're trying to eat a meal and a dog is just staring at
You
you,
know
like,
the whole time, and they wanted that bite at the end of a hot dog? That's crazy.
yeah. So as much as possible, just deterring them from doing that. And the best way to do that is not feeding them from the table so that they don't associate you with you eating is when they get to eat.
Yes, what I did.
They can ruin a Thanksgiving dinner like that. They get up on the table and get everything.
What about dog breath? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Just like we brush our teeth every day, it is the best thing that you could do is brush your dog's and your cat's teeth every day. Luckily, there's a lot of stuff out there that can help us with dental health of their pets. It's actually really cool. There are dental diets that are designed around brushing your dog's teeth for you. So in general, that's like a little bit of a bigger kibble. And when it doesn't break apart right away and it helps clean their teeth as they're eating it.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's really cool. So it actually helps reduce having to put them under anesthesia, to have to get teeth taken out and things like that. So not only can dental health affect the liver, but the kidneys, the gut health, it's really important. There's a ton of inflammation and bacteria,
Yeah, so it basically connects to overall health.
everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting.
So what's the weirdest thing you give a pet for food?
I have a Labrador, so she will eat pretty much anything that you put on the floor. She will eat kale. I think usually it has to have some salad dressing on it. But yeah, I mean, basically anything that I will eat, carrots and broccoli, and she's definitely a connoisseur of
So she basically eats everything.
yeah.
Junebug loves peanut butter and Greek yogurt with some raspberries, strawberries.
But that sounds good. That's weird to give to a dog.
She used to like carrots, but now she just likes chewing them up. So it's a
Back out.
yep, and she leaves them in a nice pile for me to step in later on. But as long as it's cleaning her teeth, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'll clean it up afterwards as long as she's got fresher breath.
That's good.
And like you said, adopting a pet is a lot. It's kind of like having a toddler. So what are some tips for like keeping them entertained and happy?
Well, each dog is different. My dog loves watching TV with me, and she loves to just go ahead and
That's so cute.
she's a couch potato. She's a couch potato, and that's one of the reasons why I love her. She matches my energy, and we're like peas in a pod.
Yeah, it's like a perfect pair.
Besties. Sorry they're overlapping you, but it's not like they're besties.
True. It's so cute.
We are. You want to stimulate their mind. So items like a slow feeder, put a little bit of their wet food in it, or peanut butter, the Greek yogurt, and some strawberries, blueberries. You could freeze that. That way they now have a puppy popsicle that will keep them busy for about 10, 15 minutes. And get them out to the park. Let them go on a sniffari, as we call it. And leaving their response. Also, training, showing them what we want them to do. And they get a benefit reward out of it. They make us happy. They see that we love it, and they're going to do it more.
True. Like if you're happy, your pet's going to be happy because you're happy.
Exactly. Yes. They can definitely pick up on you, how you
Pick up like your energies and like your vibe, what they're feeling, and then make them even like better get into the situation like that.
Oh, yes.
I love getting different toys and stuff too, especially with my cat. I'll just hide a bunch of her toys, and then like a month later you bring them out and she's so excited about new stuff.
Fun and active.
No.
Exactly.
I love buying pet toys for my pets. And my one dog, Luigi, he like has one toy. There's a million toys, but he will find, I'll put like his toy at the bottom of the basket and he'll dig through it to find like his
What is it?
It's a fish. I don't know why, but
He just
he
loves it.
loves it.
Junebug loves this snake that I have her, and if I'm not paying attention or I'm watching a movie, playing video games, she'll come over and smack me with it.
Oh my god.
Pay attention.
So funny.
I know.
Oh yeah, she's a sassy one.
Oh, my dogs too. If I'm not petting them and my hand's right there, constantly will paw at it until I just like rest my hand on them and they're like, okay. But they love the attention.
Always got to have that contact.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to this podcast. It's been so much fun talking with you both.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so nice to meet you guys. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
For having us.
This has been so much fun.
Thanks for tuning in to Serving Smiles.
Join us next time when we talk to a sustainability expert
About saving water, recycling, and why it's up to all of us to save the world. But no pressure.
Just like people, every pet is different, and nutrition is not one size fits all.
If you're not sure your dog or cat is getting the right nutrition for their specific needs, their age, their breed, their condition, that is a conversation worth having with their veterinarian.
Hill's Pet Nutrition, the #1 brand recommended by veterinarians in the US, and the leader in cutting-edge pet food, science, and research, is a great place to start.
Learn more about Hills and their Food Shelter Love pet adoption program in the links in the episode description. Thanks for watching. Bye.